Made smoother than your smoothest criminal. Shamo, about that money, what we get into. Shamo, about that money, get residuals. Shamo.
Yes. Yes, 2 times. Y'all know the vibes though. She like, they go. She like, they go. Okay. Okay. That knock. What it do, people? You're now tuned in.
Popovich.
Popovich
TV.
TV.
Oh yeah.
We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. To everybody else, you already know. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. And we is in the end game, people. And we in the end game because DwaYne HaskinS, former NFL quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Anniversary just passed of his untimely death. And I did the story. So go see the other video when I covered this situation. And just so we could be clear, when I covered this situation, the little details that had came out about this story and this case, I was looking at with the side eye. I'm like, why was he walking on the highway, rental car, no gas, had to get out? Like the details that were surrounding the death did not add up to me. And although I could be a little conspiracy, you know what I mean, looking with the side eye at a lot of things, I think that's healthy and I think it's good. Maybe it's healthy paranoia. But now, fast forward, his wife, what's her name? Calabrea, if I'm saying it right. She and the family, his moms and his pops, who, if you remember, you're familiar with the story, you know that when they held his, his funeral services, his going away services, she did one where she was at, they did one back where they lived. And it seemed like it was a lot of friction and, just some unsaid, words between them, and then they had a little confrontation, or they wasn't on the same page. Let's just say that. They wasn't on the same page. So now when you look at the story now, you see that they both in conjunction filing a lawsuit, and it's believed that he was drugged so that he could be blackmailed, and he also was robbed. His wife is claiming that his watch was taken, and the driver of the dump truck, the dump truck that ultimately hit him and killed him, at the scene, he didn't give no blood samples for alcohol. He still haven't given it. And they're saying that the accident could have been avoided. Other cars was able to elude hitting Mr. HaskinS, but he somehow was driving carelessly. Brakes wasn't, properly working, and neither was the tires properly on the, they wasn't in great condition. So I said, damn. He came out there to train with teammates. After training, this is according to one of the Steeler players, went out there, trained with some teammates. Afterwards, went out to the club, got smacked drunk with a cousin, got, drugged allegedly, because they saying they found ketamine and something else in his system, I believe like K2 or something else in the system. They said it could be used for recreational, use or other things. And they said his blood alcohol level was 0.02 and 0.04, which is over the the legal limit out there in Florida and in New York. The legal limit is 0.8. You know what I mean? If you over that, then you're out of bounds. So I said, damn, heavily drinking, got into a fight according to the the Miami Herald, and then weed hours in the morning. You driving a rental, you run out of gas, you go on a highway, cross a busy highway, and you get killed. So now his wife and the family, is filing a lawsuit. I think they have something on their hands when it comes to the driver, whose name is Pinto, if I'm not, Patino. You know what I mean? he failed to, to avoid him. And they saying that he was operating the truck without, reasonable care. So just pretty much carelessly driving. But still, you rewind. You say, all right, you out there to train. I get it. It's the off season. Like it's playoffs in the off season. For those that know, then you know. You get heavily drunk. And also the lawsuit, not only is it, involving Mr. Patino, but it also involving 14 other people. So they named some names, and you can go look up the story if you want. You know what I mean? I won't get into all of the names, etc. But I'm just saying, like, damn, when he passed, again, unfortunately, untimely, if you ask me. When these stories first came out, when this story first came out, me, myself, and other people was saying, this is something that's not right. Something is off. You know what I mean? And, when you look at the comments on some of these YouTube pages that I've been on, and y'all know I run through these YouTube streets, I'm running through these YouTube alleyways, and they should have never. You see, a lot of people was blaming his wife. A lot of people were saying she knows something. Why wasn't this stuff brought up last year? Why is it a whole year run out? Some people saying she ran through the money and, woo, 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 I'm not going to cash none of those, accusations on her. Rest in peace to the brother. Condolences again. Now that he's spinning in the clip once again. It was just a real sad story. Only 24 years old. Had some, misfortunes in the NFL. Got sidelined, got benched. Was making his way back, had all the prerequisite tools of being a prototypical, NFL quarterback. Athletic, got a great arm, just not really all there when it comes to being focused and being locked in to be the best version of himself. So what I'll say on this note, for anybody that's young, striving for greatness, trying to, make a name for yourself in whatever field that it is that you're in. Be mindful of the people that you're around. They said he was hanging out with a cousin. Like, he trying to get back. He lost his starting job. All that heavily drinking. What you heavily drinking for? And I'm not saying you can't enjoy yourself. You can't enjoy your life. You only get one. And do you ever think about when you out of here, right? Your record deal, video out of here, Mercedes-Benz, Range Rover, all that shit out of here. Your NFL career out of here. We all should ponder death because death is one snap away. You know what I mean? As soon as you step outside, there's no guarantees you're going to return back home to your loved ones or to yourself. You know what I mean? You might get taken up out of here. So just be mindful of who you hanging around, who you got in your corner. Take notes out of certain people who you deem successful, who has good counsel. You know what I mean? Look at LeBron James, and who he got around him, and other individuals as well who they team and they camp seem tight. They're not going to paint them in the bad light. They're not going to do stuff like, for instance, I told y'all real briefly, this is the type of people you want to have around you. Houston, Vanna, Vegas, you know what I mean? That's one of my favorite places is Atlanta, you know what I mean? Vegas, and obviously not Houston, but the line from Drake. Houston, Vanna, Vegas, you know what I mean? When I was in Houston at All-Star Weekend, I ran into Victor Cruz, New York Giant, New York champion. Took a picture with him in the elevator. He had some of his entourage, and he also had a drink in his hand. But you never seen a drink in my picture because right before we was about to picture, his man was like, oh, nah, let me take that. You know what I mean? Let me get that out of your hand so we not painting you in a bad light. So when you got your family, your entourage, people around you, you can tell if they really rock with you, if they really love you, if they really, not just with you for what you can do for them when they care about stuff like that. Again, not saying you can't have a good time, people, ladies and gentlemen, and low life. I'm not saying you can't have a good time. What I'm saying is be mindful of the people you choose to have around you reaping the benefits of your hard work. You know what I mean? Because if he had somebody around him that gave a damn that night, he probably went and got drugged. Probably went and got Molly all in his champagne and he ain't even know it. That's a Rick Ross reference. And of course, I'm being funny, but I'm not. Let me know what you think. How this story, now that it's back in the limelight, I hope his family get justice. Hope his wife get closure. Hope the truck driver dude that killed him ultimately, you know what I mean? Justice is served to him. Driving drunk is never a good thing, especially when you're driving big trucks and shit like that. So you know what it is. Let me know your thoughts in the comment. It's your guy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in. Popovich TV. We live, we rolling, We unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up in here one more again. Yeah, kid.